Hello everyone and welcome to another This Week in SAO for all your weekly Sword Online news. Now first off, and apologies for this one being one day late. Yesterday I had a terrible headache. Still there, I took countless aspirins, it's still not exactly on, but I feel better that I can actually appear in front of the camera without being dead. But hey, if you want to help my headache go away, you can just hit that like button. I'm just gonna imagine that's gonna psychologically help me and get rid of my headache over time. Thank you very much for your consideration. But this week, the majority of the news, pretty much 90% of the news we have are on games, and we have some huge ones. But before we go there, you may have seen a lot of lovely Yuuki illustrations on your Twitter feed or Facebook, etc. March 29 was Yuuki's day of passing, so that's why you had a lot of bittersweet sadness on all your feeds, pretty much. But moving on from that bittersweet sadness, we had two birthdays as well. March 31st marked Philia's birthday. As usual, Beater's Cafe had a special illustration, and we are now receiving, for sort of like Gameverse Heroine specifically, birthday voice drama. So that's basically Philia's voice actor talking to you while you celebrate her birthday. It still plays on that customized Kirito flavor, so technically it's you celebrating her birthday, but you don't say anything, it's just Philia speaking, of course. We have translated the entire voice drama. Link is going to be down below in the description, alongside a link to my Philia birthday illustration. I am now trying to at least try to come up with something for character birthdays. You know, it's good practice in my opinion. So if you like that, the Twitter link is going to be in the description as well. Do share your criticism specifically so I can learn. I am trying to learn, please help me learn. And one day after Philia's, on April 1st, of course, the prankster of the series, with a very aptly placed birthday right there, Itsuki has celebrated his birthday as well. So Beater's Cafe illustration, the birthday voice drama translation, and my own illustration to celebrate his birthday. Again, links are always down in the description. Do check him out if you're interested. We're still celebrating stuff. Sword Online Games' official website, Beater's Cafe, has celebrated their 5th anniversary of coming into existence, as well as the website, not the games. Games are celebrating their 10th year anniversary. We're gonna get there in a second. They share this special illustration with all the game original characters as well. When I say all, of course, never includes Sumeragi, because who cares about Sumeragi, right? Beater's Cafe, please give some attention to Sumeragi. But the mashup illustration is basically a collection of previous birthday art for individual characters. But we're finally getting to the actual news portion of this week. Alicization Lycoris on Switch has received the Ancient Apostles chapters 5 to 8, as well as the Matricaria DLC on Nintendo Switch. I said that right? Last Recollection, and now we're getting to the huge news portion of things. Last week we had the Sword Online Games 10th anniversary stream, which had a whole lot of Last Recollection information to go through. First off, a quick preview of Exploration as well as Combat was previewed, link down below, and we have received a brand new, they titled it Story and Gameplay Trailer, but I decided to personally dub it the Goddesses trailer, because we have received the old goddesses, we have received some new goddesses, and we have received Argo, which on her own is technically a goddess, right? Now Lisbeth will be joining up as the fire goddess Ignia, and Shilika will be joining up as the wind goddess Aria? Yes, Aria, that's it. Now yes, for those of you asking really quickly, these are original goddesses, never mentioned in the main series at all. It was Reki Kawara who gave the game staff the ideas for these, and the designs are from Abeshi's own hands. That should pretty much cover the basic questions that you may have. We have also received the extended version that extends to the sides of the Sword Online Last Recollection key visual, featuring the goddesses this time around, and the bottom right of that illustration is very suspiciously, not so subtly obscured, which is going to allow me to cheekily move over to the next point that we have. Yuuki still not confirmed for the game. Now, either tomorrow or the day after, I am going to have a trailer explained video. Well, as a live stream, in fact, so do subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss it. But there, we will be talking about why Yuuki has, in fact, been accidentally confirmed for the game. So again, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss it tomorrow or the day after or sometime during this week at the very least. I'm definitely not the most reliable with those promises. A lot of gallery images were also previewed during the stream. I'll quickly flash them over here, but if you want to save them on whichever device you're using, I'm just gonna put a link to my Twitter thread down below as well, so you can just go to the tweet and save those images one by one, however you want. And with that, Variant Showdown. April is here, and unlike what you'd expect from most games, Variant Showdown, I think this was a very good choice. They decided to not go for an April Fool's event, but rather take the Japanese culture. April is the beginning of things, and so does the school begin in Japan in April. So we have a back to school event instead. Again, I think this was a great choice. There is a very neat story that has absolutely nothing that may rub anyone off the wrong way, and Variant Showdown is in a position that can really use that goodwill, so well done on that. The event reward is a Lila card, and your event characters from the banner are Shinon and Yuuki. A surprising choice because Shinon has absolutely no appearance at all in the story. I personally would have preferred another character to show up. If you haven't watched the story yet. The special Variant Showdown stream happened alongside the 10th anniversary, one day before the 10th anniversary stream at least, and we had some look into future content as well. Asuna and Alice banners, the ability cards are going to be coming. I expect them to be advantageous for the event as well. Not sure yet, didn't even check in game actually before saying this, so I probably should have done that, whether it's up or not. But I'm rambling. Yuuki will be the April Battle Pass character. Here's her unit, and here is her ability card that's locked behind the page track of the Battle Pass. Is this thing even properly focused on my face? No, it isn't, is it? Focus on my face, please. There we go. 0.5 anniversary celebrations are coming soon as well, really soon in fact. We're gonna be having some free pulls. We actually have been teased the new Lifa ability card, and we have been teased Kirito and Asuna character designs, specifically designs by Abeshi himself. So do look forward to them sometime really soon. Oh, right, last but not least, Battle Royale, the 1v1 PvP mode is scheduled to come sometime late April, early May. The Japanese side kept the mention of late April in their own slides. However, when the Western account, the worldwide account, translated these, they completely omitted the late April mention. So expect an early May release. Anything earlier, that'll be a nice little surprise for you. With that, we're moving over to Integral Factor, and Integral Factor does have its traditional April Fool's event at this point. It's expected from them, and their April Fool's event really land quite well too. You know, they don't demean the characters, they take jokes around these characters and really implement them really nicely into their stories in really fun ways. I really enjoyed particularly the Shilika and Lisbeth moments in the April Fool's story they had. They were really brilliant towards the end too. So yeah, well done on that Integral Factor. Alongside that event, we have received a banner featuring the little Kirito, Asuna, Lifa, and Yuuki units as well, tying in with the Integral Factor Kindergarten event that we have with Kibao. Again, really nice event. I strongly recommend you go check it out. Link is also in the description if you're not playing Integral Factor. There is also the Philia birthday order, as mentioned. Her birthday was late last week. We have 2 new skills. This time I particularly enjoy the transparent background one. It's a very dynamic looking skill. Love it. Aside from those main ones, lightning round stuff, I'm just gonna look down there. Greedy Kobold, high difficulty, and new rewards have been added. The Way of the Swordsman event received its extreme difficulty, and multiple rounds, TWiS XP subquest campaign is currently live. I'm pretty sure there is the enhancement event with Yuuki going on right now as well, which is not included in my list for some reason. And last but not least, Translation Corner, we got a wonderful story for you. In fact, this has been in the back burner for over a year now. I took over the editing job quite recently just to speed things up. But we're coming at you with SAO Online the Next Day story. This is the story of how Kirito and Argo met in the morning of the second day of SAO Online, so taking place right after the events of SAO Online the first day with Kirito and Copper. And the events of this story have been teased in both the progressive series and the main series for multiple times actually, so it is a story that people are really looking forward to, and who's not looking forward to some quality Argo time, am I right? Link is going to be down below in the description. We hope you enjoy it. And this is the end of This Week in SAO once again. I hope to see you next week with another TWiS. Until then, stay cool.